magic of having an airport in Bacong, right? Right, there's another one. Kung may mahimo sa imong gusto, right, sa imong life or whatever, sa imong area, imong barangay, whatever, it's your fault. It's your fault. Because you're being bought. You're basically a prostitute. You, the people that live there, that vote, you need to be smarter in putting the right people in place. You have two choices when you're poor. Either be super optimistic that things are going to get better, or super pessimistic and then just stay where you are. There's no other choice. Hey guys, good morning. Hope everybody is well out there. Mayong buntag sa mga Bisaya. Magandang umaga sa mga Tagalog, right? Thankful I'm still living. Thankful I'm able to get up every single day. Fix a little lens here. We'll see what today brings. We'll see what happens, man. I tend to say that a lot. We'll see what happens. Innate optimism, I guess. I don't know. What's been going through my head lately is pretty much how I'm going to redo this house. I'm still like unsure if they're gonna flip the plan again on me, as in like I'm sorry, we're gonna take the airport back again and this and that. That's kind of nerve-wracking because I'm like I want to get this house going, you know what I'm saying? I'll put up the plans again. So the house is probably going to look similar to this, okay? I'm probably going to try my best to build it in phases because from my estimate, it's probably going to cost me over $100,000. Easy, like easy over $100,000. That's not including the fence, the this, the that. So this is going to be, it's not too extravagant of a house. It's not, I mean, yeah, it's not too extravagant of a house. It's very basic, but it pretty much has everything that I need for me not to leave, because you know, a house has to be something that's it's a house, it's your home, it's your sanctuary. So it's something that I'm a homebody anyway, so there's going to be a lot of things in that house that's going to you know, satisfy my needs and as well as my wife's needs, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta meet in the middle there, and I try my best to live in a life of abundance. So, you know, my mindset is always, you know, let's go big or go home. So, you know, I'm probably gonna do a lot of work on the outside too. Obviously, some landscaping, and definitely something for my dogs. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably gonna build a decent kennel for them, just to, you know, just to treat them right, you know what I'm saying? Because they're good. They're good to me, so I'm gonna be good to them. You know what I'm saying? Usually, my daily routine as a service manager, field operations manager, is basically I go to the office, pretty much get the text that they're coming to the office, get all their chemicals ready for them. Wow, this is the Tanger outlets. It's a, I guess here in Deer Park, it's kind of like a mall. I think I would take it as a mall, like one of those strip malls, but it's pretty big. If you've ever been here in Long Island, New York, they have two here in Long Island, one in Riverhead and one in Deer Park over here. But really nice stores. I love the construction. Very, I'm gonna say Mediterranean. Mediterranean, or very like not chateau's French, but Spanish hacienda style, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like very nice, very elegant looking. That's pretty much kind of like the look I'm looking for when I build my house. Not to say that's not my inspiration, that the Tangers, but it's just that look. I like that look, but I want to kind of make it like in a grayish color, because, you know, it's pretty much those colors are pretty much timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like grayish color. I'm gonna be repairing these backpack screws. guys, so I'm leaving work now. It's about 1:37. Yeah, so one of the videos I posted on Facebook, and the one about the Bacong update, the airport update, I had a commenter saying that it's not logical that the airport's going to be in Bacong. So we were going back and forth at it. I wanted to expound on it and stuff like that, because I was thinking, like, is this what some people think, or the mindset of certain people? And I just wanted to express myself in that way, because I do know on the Filipino side, not the Filipino side, the residents of Bacong side, why some of them don't want to give up properties, because they don't have any other properties and things like that. I understand that. And when it comes to eminent domain, there's really no control for it, and you got to just deal with what we have to deal with. But other than that, I'll probably take this into the house and stuff like that and see what happens, if I can expound on it. But this got me thinking, like, is there a direct correlation to a town or city's growth when an airport or any type of pier, any type of feature or amenity that is being placed in a town or city, does it have a direct correlation to the growth? I looked at some articles, and then it does have a direct correlation. It is logical that it will have a direct correlation, but I just don't know where the gentleman was coming from as far as it being logical placed in Bacong. And I put my point out there of why I believe it was logical. And this is pretty much, it's good to have your own opinion and stuff like that, but he has his and I have mine. But quick synopsis of it, I'm gonna put it beside me somewhere here about our conversation, like screenshots of it, and tell me what you think. I could be wrong, I could be right, whatever. But my point is, as a Filipino, let me turn the car off. As a Filipino, it definitely presents for me a lot of growth for the community, because it will trickle down into local people. If you're talking about logistics, Cebulan is too small to house or entertain any international flights, because they would have to blow it out left and right just to take up 200 hectares plus, because that's what they're taking in Bacong. Bayuan is too far. That's a 2-hour drive to Dumaguete, which is pretty much the center, right? Shaton, a bit too far. Shaton is very wide. Don't even think about Santa Catalina, because it's literally right next to Bayuan. Sambongita could have been a place that they could have went to. It's still kind of underdeveloped compared to Bacong, but they chose Bacong. I believe it's because it's so close to Dumaguete, and proximity-wise, it's there compared to Dumaguete. It's a neighboring town. Cebulan, if you look at the way Cebulan is set up, pretty much houses on the coast and houses on the non-beach side are pretty much taken up. Bacong, especially where they want to put it, it's not so much. So financially, it won't cost as much to buy out those people in those areas in Bacong. I know that for a fact, because I know what they're buying the square meters for. My parents have a piece of property there that is being bought out, because it's in the area of where the airport is going to be. So with that said, that's my case. You know what I'm saying? That's my case. I don't even really know if the final plan is not to take my land or to take my land. At the present moment, it's not. So things can change over time, and I understand this. And this is me being selfless. At the end of the day, if it benefits the whole, it's good. Why? Me as a Filipino, I'm happy that there's more jobs to the people. Then it will spark some type of ambition, hopefully, with the people around there. And another thing I want to add is, like, on the logic of having an airport in Bacong, right? Right, there's another one. Cebu, as beautiful as it is, and I say this in my comment, Cebu, as beautiful as it is, it's still a hub for people to disperse and go to other parts of the Philippines, right? When I go to Dumaguete, I either have to go to Manila, wait about 10 hours, 15 hours to get on that plane to go to Dumaguete. Or I go to Cebu, wait hours again to go to Dumaguete, or get picked up by someone, drive 4 hours to Bato or Tampay if I want to go to the barge, or go to the ferry there or whatever. I've never been to the one in the city. So logistically, it just takes too long. That's why they opened up Bohol Airport, just to mitigate some of those things, to help with those things. Because people are discovering that Philippines is a nice place to go. Now, it is what it is. You know, it's commerce. What are you going to do? It's commerce. The gentleman was speaking about the coronavirus and some things like that. The world, the whole entire world has gone through pandemics. Spanish flu, swine flu, the plague. Human beings have this ability to get over it. Like, you have to understand, I'm looking 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. In all honesty, do you believe COVID will be of any significance in the next 50 years? In the next 25 years? You know, I mean, because we grew up pretty poor when we were in the Philippines initially. We had a bamboo house, right? We grew up pretty poor. You have two choices when you're poor. Either be super optimistic that things are going to get better, or super pessimistic and then just stay where you are. There's no other choice. And my parents never subscribed to the mindset of bahala na, like whatever. No. You get your ass up and you make your destiny. That's it. Whatever's facing you, whatever ailments, whatever things in the environment, you get up and you just keep pushing. And then that's the same mentality my parents took when they went to America. Like, literally, my parents walked like 6 miles to their job. One job couldn't give them 8 hours, so they applied to the one across the street, and they will get their 8 hours. Just to save money, my parents would just take the scraps of because they used to work at Nathan's, Taco Bell, and McDonald's. So my parents would take the scraps of the food, and then that's what they fed us. They had to do what they felt was needed to get to where my father and my mom wanted us to be. And it's the same thing in the Philippines. When we were poor, right? When we were poor, and this is just in correlation to what happens when a business, because the gentleman also said that you're only gonna take the taxpayers' money and line up the rich, or something to that effect. You don't realize, there's big players in the game. There's small players in the game, like myself. I'm like a very small, I'm not even on the ladder. I'm a small guy. But everyone at the end of the day is going for theirs. They're going for their piece of the pie. Now, maybe not so much in America, because people here, compared to third world countries, some of them lack ambition here, right? That's why you see in the Philippines, three-year-old kid, 5-year-old kid, whether it's right or wrong, that's all up on you. They're out there selling those little, whatever, knickknacks, whatever, just to feed the family, help feed the family. It's his life. My mom was out there selling peanuts at a very young age, selling whatever she can get, a Snow Bear, whatever, mints, cigarettes. Trust me, under 18 years old, out there with the little, holding the little thing just to get things there. Because this is part of life in the Philippines. I mean, to be honest with you, having this airport being built, whether you're talking about big guys or small guys, you're gonna have the people you're going to have inevitably, you're gonna have the people out there selling things without a permit, without nothing on the edges of the street. It happens because there's certain people in this world who can't stand and rely on other people's help. They have to make their own path. whether it's right or wrong, poverty or non-poverty or whatever, you're going to have that happen because it just happens, especially in the Philippines. So having that airport being built in that town will have people out there. You know what? These travelers need maps. These travelers need this. These travelers need that. So they're going to be out there. So it helps their personal economy, whether it be in Bacong, sa Bongita, Sibulan, in Africa, it doesn't matter. That innately will help the economy. Obviously, there's going to be drawbacks to the airport. Crime is going to go up. Congestion is going to go up. There's so many things that can happen, but when you're moving forward and you're doing this and you're doing that, you try your best not to even think about those negative things. It does happen, but in all honesty, you try your best not to think that way because you don't want anything to taint your mindset. And this is how I feel. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. This is how I feel. I try my best not to let anything taint my mindset. I'm just pushing forward. You know? It's rolling with the punches pretty much, right? So, yeah, I just want to talk about that a little bit. And logically, when it comes to positioning, there's no better place for it to be in Bacong. Logistically, it's there. Yeah, like I said, there's gonna be congestion. Yeah, that's gonna happen. The main thing of this whole entire rant, tirade, or whatever you want to call it, the whole entire thing about this is the people, because this is gonna happen. It's eminent domain. It's going to happen. And you know, it might happen. It might be completed in 8 years. It might happen in 10 years. But the point of everything right now for me, this is me, because I live there, whatever, is the fact that concerning the main important part, which I want to cover, is the politics of it. You, the people that live there, that vote, you need to be smarter in putting the right people in place to work for you, to represent you and not their own pockets, right? That's the main concern here for me. It's not the taking of the land. It's not the strategical part or whatever. It is, especially in this capacity because it's an airport. The money that's going to go in there's going to be a lot, whether it's construction, infrastructure, whatever. The people, you, the voters here in Bacong, need to be very specific and be very supportive on who you want to go into those roles, whether it be the barangay captain, the this, the mayor, the that, whatever. But at the end of the day, corruption is going to happen. You just try your best to minimize it. That's all. Try your best to minimize it. It happens in America. It happens in the Philippines. Hold on. For me, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, whether you're a big player, small player, no player, like me, I'm a very small guy, and I'm not even a pebble in that situation. But for those people who want the opportunity, it's there. And it's going to be there even more when the airport comes. The airport can be in Sibulan. The airport could be in Samongita. It could be in Africa. It don't matter. It brings money to the place. And as a Filipino, I'm happy for that because it puts people in a better position economically if they want it. That's the most important thing. If you want it. Because if everybody wanted it, there wouldn't be any welfare for lazy people. I'm sorry, you know, it is what it is. You know, in a good world, everybody is entrepreneurs, or everybody has ambition to do something, you know, to uplift them financially or whatever. You know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, my point is, outside of the construction or whatever, that for me, that's not the most important point. The most important point for me is choosing the right officials and leaders of that community, whether it be Bacong or whatever, to facilitate the needs and the wants of the people. Because now I know I don't vote. I don't vote in America. I don't vote in the Philippines, because I understand. I have family in politics. I understand. And then if I really divulge in whatever my family is, you're going to understand. I understand what happens behind closed doors. I understand what happens behind the curtain. That's why I don't really believe in politics, in that sense of politics. But these people that inevitably will monitor and watch over Bacong needs to be the right people. Because if you don't, there's going to be a lot of money leaving and not a lot of money staying. And that's the worst part there. So, you know, at the end of the day, for me, that's the most important topic. Of those Filipinos who take money, it's your own damn fault. Or whatever happens if the place goes to shit. It is. I'll be honest with you. There's something called integrity. And whether you're hungry or not, you can still have integrity. Right? Because integrity almost always breeds ambition, because you have to go out for yours. Because you don't want to stand by something that you can't live by, or whatever. So, I'm gonna say in Bisaya, if nidawat ka ng kwarta sa mga tao nga nagtonol-tonol o kwarta, onya walay mahimo sa imong gusto, right? Sa imong life or whatever, sa imong area, imong barangay, whatever, it's your fault. It's your fault. Because you're being bought. You're basically a prostitute. You're being bought. You're a whore. And it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what, like, some people do it this way. Oh, this guy's giving me money, that guy's giving me money, this guy's giving me money. Just don't take the fucking money. It's plain and simple. Go for yours. Go do your own thing. There have been times where people come to the money and give a little extra money. My wife and I don't take it. Like, no, we don't need that. It is what it is. It's for the Filipinos to take this money, and I understand. Don't come at me saying like, oh, because you got money, this and that. There was a point in time when we were poor. But my mom and dad made it a point to stand up on their own. My dad was a very stubborn man, but there's something about him that he stood on his own. It is what it is. I believe that's a more important topic compared to the construction of the airport, wherever it will end up being. Because I already know it's going to happen, that people are it's going to boost the economy. It just is. Whether you're the big guy, the small guy, trust me. And I said that as a message. I said this in the message. What's going to inevitably happen is people are going to be selling on the streets, right? It's gonna inevitably create a situation where, more foreigners are walking around, more tourists, Filipinos and non-Filipinos are walking around. Hey, I got some chips. Let me just sell this off my little cart, little thing. That's what my grandma did. That's what my mom did. Because we were poor. My mom had to make ends meet. You think she actually filed for a permit to sell little knickknacks on the little, what is this thing called? Like the little, it's like a rattan basket. You think my grandma got a permit to sell the peanuts that she roasted? It just didn't happen. Back to my point. It goes back to the leaders. If they're gonna monetize that, then hey, give the vendor pays X amount of money for the day or for the month or whatever have you. That's more important there. It's the monitored growing of a city and having a vision. Whoever those leaders are that you guys elect, having those leaders see the vision, portray the vision, go after the vision, and make it real. That's the main thing here for me, right? Because they can go to shit really, really fast, but it's up to the people, and it's up to the people, and especially the ones that are in charge to be accountable for the growth of the city. whether that be in Bacong, Cebu, whatever. It can be in freaking Zimbabwe, freaking Kazakhstan. It doesn't matter. It always boils down to the people, the leaders of the community, taking it into the direction of where the city or town should be, and seeing 100 years down the line, 50 years down the line. But that's pretty much my tirade, my rant. If it makes any sense, whatever, But I appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you guys soon. I think I've been vlogging a lot more now. I mean, at least comments like that pretty much make my day. And no offense to the guy or whatever. It is what it is. But I believe it is a topic that people discuss. It has to be, right? It has to be. And you can't have growth without butting heads. You can't have growth without compromising and finding a path to where you need to be on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest issue with any type of politics. Right? And luckily, I'm not a politician, so it is what it is. But take care. Bye.